All right, hello. I am here with Dan Stewart from our business transformation and our Cisco team. And it looks like Dan might be showing us something from the Cisco Meraki portal here. So Dan, I assume that's what we're here for.
That's correct.
And really what I have to ask you is, how is this product, how is this solution leveraging intelligence, right, to provide positive outcomes, and who benefits from having all of this data and everything that this portal can extract from the data?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. So Meraki is indeed a cloud management solution for networking infrastructure primarily. So think of your route switch wireless infrastructure. How do you manage that? And in the world of Meraki, that would be through their cloud management portal from the favorite browser of choice that you prefer. With that, the most important thing that you want to take in consideration, even as like an IT professional or who's going to take advantage of a solution like this, you want to know why you invest in these types of solutions, and that is to really improve the outcome of your most important client, which is your end users. The end user experience is why you build robust, secure infrastructures and networks. So if they can't get access to the applications they're looking for, they can't onboard to your network, you want to find that information as quickly and easily as possible, but not just find it, do something about it, right? You want to find that network blind spot. So one of the nice things Meraki does across all their different product portfolios you see tied to our Business Transformation Center environment is the network-wide view. And most importantly, it gives you this health client access. And the first thing you land on when you log into Meraki portal every morning will be seeing how your environment's doing. But again, most importantly, how are those clients operating as well? So in our view, we have something from the last 30 days, a good month, view of everything going on in our environment. And we can see a nice graph of any anomalies or spikes in traffic that might be typical or atypical. We want to take a look into and fine tune our search here, but also any clients that are in our environment as well. Whether they're wired, wireless, what their connectability is, what are they doing, and that's all good information if you see something that, again, might be an anomaly in your environment. But what happens a lot of times is we want to look at where are they going, what are they doing, and how are they interacting with our environment, the applications they use most likely. So Mike, since you happen to be on that side of our Meraki management screen, can you click on our applications widget wheel, the more button for us?
I think I can.
Like Vanna White, spin that wheel.
There you go, I'm useful.
So by understanding in the past 30 days of our view here, we can understand what traffic was consuming a lot of our data and what that might be. And we can even organize it from top to bottom and understand what that consumption might look like. And is that something we would expect in our environment? Cisco Meraki is downloading firmware. It's going to be consuming the network itself, whether it be camera traffic, firmware updates. It's going to be pulling in some resources of its own. But applications that might be necessary for our environment, business productive or business non-productive, and we can find that out. So things like Office 365, that's a good application. I would think we would agree that's a business productive use, and maybe we'll click on that and see exactly who might be consuming that application. 2 clicks, we're able to go through finding all our clients, finding an application, and then finding of that application who might be consuming that traffic as well, and who might be the most largest consumer or offender of consuming that type of traffic.
All right, so great. So that's some great information you're getting from your traditional devices on your network. Well, what about some other things, right? I think Cisco has some other pieces to grab additional pieces of information for non-traditional network flow?
Correct, right. So with Cisco and Meraki, we're really investing into IoT, the Internet of Things, right? Sensors are everywhere, and everything is a sensor is kind of the new paradigm. So environmental sensors are probably the most predominant use of a IoT thing in the Meraki world right now. So in the Meraki setup, we have a section called environmental, and we can hop over to the products as we leave our wireless space and go to our sensor environment. We have a set of sensors from temperature, humidity, water, and door sensors that are around our business transformation center. Good thing for us, nothing's alerting. We have a clean, healthy environment. But we also have had times where maybe something was alert. Maybe after hours, if a door was left open by chance, we would get an information that says, hey, close that door. Or we want to see how green we might be doing, right? How is our temperature in our data center? How is our humidity? Are we within that performance standard to make sure we're not consuming too much heat or too much air conditioning based on the readings we're getting from our space? So if I want to look at one of our sensors, happens to be our door sensor into our data center, we can pull up information about what's going on with that sensor. We can see its status, whether it was opened or closed, if it was coming with an event. If we broaden it to a week time frame, we can get some data points that are coming out from a period of time, right? When is this door being manipulated? Is it open? Is it closed? When is that happening? Why are alerts being generated? But more importantly, we can see that information brought into the view of the camera that it's associated with, because Meraki does have another IoT gear, which is a physical security camera. Now, this view might be a little hard for you to see from that side of the screen. So I'm going to click on this active link, a live screenshot going on here, and be taken to our data center door row. And I think we can see, yes, exactly, our data center door is in fact open. And we can see exactly what's going on with our environment. We can see the sensor events, and this is the system, Meraki working with Meraki. The sensors are tied into the cameras. The APIs are brought in to make sure everything's working easily together. And we can pull out analytics from the camera. Not just is it alerting because we set up a rule, but it's detecting everything all the time. All the motions, all the movements, all the people-shaped things, all the object things that might be in that space. We want to bring that data in and turn it into actionable insights.
Yeah, so the camera to me is the greatest IoT sensor of them all, right? It basically, I know I call Dan when anybody leaves any kind of device around the whole business transformation center, be it a laptop, some glasses, a cup, and we find out who the culprit is. I just gotta show Dan. He finds the object, shows me the video who left it, and then problem resolved, right? So and there's lots of new things happening too with that, right? You're telling me about occupancy and things like that cameras are doing now as well, right?
Yeah, it's all about the next generation workspace, right? Are we getting all the people back in the office? We want to see how that's translating, and the analytics we just showed was on a per camera basis. And you can see here we have 10 cameras just in our business transformation center space. So how do I really have the ability to see what's going on with my cameras, with all the information they're pulling in, or even my wireless, users on the network? I want to see how that's being transacted as well. So we have a solution called DNA Spaces from Cisco. And that is another cloud managed application that allows us to go in and see from the application itself what's going on in the behavior, what's happening now, and even things like cameras. We can bring in every camera within our specific center, our location, for a period of time, and gather that data across our environment. And this is every camera we set up within our DNA Spaces cloud application to be brought in here, and we can give that from a time over time historical look point. And we can bring not only Meraki solutions into something like DNA Spaces, but Cisco's Catalyst environments as well. So Catalyst access points, IoT sensors from the wired and wireless space from the Catalyst side of the house can be correlated into a DNA Spaces platform as well. So we get to see what's happening across our environment, our cameras, our access points, our users, and even getting down into bringing in unique captive portals, tracking of devices, analytics, and also extending it to other ecosystem partners. Meraki and Cisco are bringing in an understanding that they're great for connecting a lot of the world's IoT solutions and softwares together, and they make it very easy to bring on other ecosystem partners into this platform as well.
All right, so it looks like we have a couple of different platforms here, right, that are providing a lot of information based on the data that's been fed to it. With the Cisco Meraki interface, primarily focusing on Meraki devices, right? There might be a few tie-ins, but if we, probably even for Meraki customers, right, sort of an upsell would be to DNA Spaces, where you can get a bigger view, a bigger picture, bring in more types of data than you're already getting in the standard Meraki interface. Would that be accurate?
Exactly correct, yes.
I was paying attention.
He was. Good student.
All right. All right. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Mike.
Back to the show.